everyone, good to be with you all again. I hope you're all doing well. So the request I got from Mrs. Black from you was to do pancakes. So I'm going to make the sort of small American style type pancakes because you can add things to the batter and you can also put lots of toppings on top. But if you wanted to, you could make it into the thin crepes. It's just a case of pouring and making it thinner in the frying pan. Remember, when you do any cooking, the first thing you need to do is make sure your work surface is clean and that you've washed your hands. So I've already done all that. The equipment you're going to need to make the batter is a bowl, the trusty scales, measuring jug, a balloon whisk, a teaspoon or measuring spoons, and I've got a knife here just a blunt knife to open the egg. The ingredients, you're going to need some plain flour, caster sugar, milk, green or blue, 1 egg, baking powder, little bit of salt, and I've also got a little bit of vanilla here. This is something I like to add to my pancake mix, but you don't have to. So, we've got our scales here. Remember that they have to be on 0 and we're measuring in grams. First off, we need 150 grams of plain flour. I'll just put that in. grams of plain flour, and that goes into the bowl. You're going to need 30 grams of caster sugar. Make sure it's back on 0. A little bit over, I'll just take that out. Oh, making a mess now, well done. So 30 grams of sugar, that goes in the bowl too. You're going to need a teaspoon of baking powder. You can see I've got a flat teaspoon of baking powder. That goes in. And then you're also going to need a pinch of salt. So I'm just going to pour it in my hand here. A pinch isn't very much, just a pinch of salt. That goes in. Give that a little stir around just to get the sugar, flour and everything mixed together. In my jug here, I've got 150 mils of milk, and into that, I'm going to crack 1 egg. Give that egg a whisk into the milk just to incorporate it. Okay. Then, making a little hole in the middle here, we're just going to pour it into the batter slowly while mixing it. And we're going to bring it all together. Don't over whisk this. There's a substance in flour called gluten that we don't want to knock all the air and the lightness that's going to come out of this. So don't over whisk it, just enough to mix it together to make it smooth, as you can see there. As I said before, I like a little bit of vanilla, so I'm just going to add a teaspoon of vanilla and mix that in. Now, if you wanted to add any fruit like blueberries, strawberries, or if you want to add any chocolate chips or chocolate chunks, don't do it at this stage. We're going to do it just before we use the batter. This batter now needs to sit for about 30 minutes to let the gluten and the baking powder and flour all work together, and we'll end up with nice, light, fluffy pancakes. So we'll come back and I'll show you what you need to do to cook them, okay?